All right, students. So now we're going to be looking at the functions of the main cell structures. All right. So let's begin with the cell wall. And remember, the plant cell has a cell wall. The animal cell, that's right, no cell wall. All right. So the cell wall. Now the cell wall, it helps prevent the cell from bursting when it gets filled with water. It is also freely permeable, which means that it will allow water and dissolved substances to get inside the cell. All right? The cell wall also helps to give the cell its fixed or definite shape. So next we have the cell membrane. And the cell membrane, it forms a barrier. The cell membrane forms a barrier between the outside surrounding and the inside of the cell. All right? The cell membrane also helps to keep the contents of the cell on the inside. All right? So it keeps the content of the cell inside. And it's worthy to note that the cell membrane is partially or semi-permeable, which means that it will allow water and some dissolved substances to pass through, but it won't allow everything to pass through. All right? So it is semi or partially permeable. It is partially permeable. All right? Now let's look at the cytoplasm. And that's the jelly-like substance that fills the inside of the cell membrane. Now the cytoplasm, this is where most chemical reactions take place, such as respiration and the making of protein. Next we have the cytoplasm. This is where chemical reactions such as respiration and the making of protein takes place. All right, next we have the vacuole. And let's start with the vacuole found in the plant cell. Now, the vacuole found in the plant cell, this is what helps to give the plant cell its firmness and its shape. All right? Now, the small vacuole found in the animal cell, this is where the cell stores enzymes for digestion. All right? Next, we're going to look at the ribosomes. Now, the ribosomes, they convert amino acids to protein. Next, we have the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, the endoplasmic reticulum, it's a membrane for which the ribosomes attach, and they also transport the proteins that the ribosomes make. Next, we're going to look at the mitochondrion. Now, the mitochondrion, this is where aerobic respiration takes place. So in other words, this is where the cells get their energy to perform their functions. Have we covered all the functions? All the cell structures? Let's look at it. We have the cell wall, we have the cell membrane, we have the cytoplasm, we have the vacuole, we have the ribosomes, we have the endoplasmic reticulum, we have the mitochondrion. What about the chloroplast? Now, you remember that plants need to they use the sun's energy along with carbon dioxide and water to make their food, which is called, what's the process called? Photosynthesis. Very good. Now, chloroplasts are found in plant cells. They are not found in the animal cells. All right? Just want to make that distinction. Nevertheless, let's write the function of the chloroplast. The chloroplast, this is where starch is stored, and this is where photosynthesis takes place. There you have it, boys and girls. The functions of the main cell structures. And let's go through them again. The cell walls. These prevent the cells from bursting when they are filled with water. It helps to give the cell its fixed shape. They are freely permeable, which means that it allows water and dissolved substances to pass through. Then we have the cell membrane. It forms a barrier between the inside of the cell and its surroundings. It keeps the contents of the cell inside, and it is partially permeable. Next, the cytoplasm. This is where respiration and the making of protein takes place. Then we have the vacuole. For the plant, it helps to give the cell, its firmness and its shape. In the animal cell, this is where enzymes are stored for digestion. The ribosomes, they convert amino acids to protein, and the endoplasmic reticulum, it's a network of membrane for the ribosomes to attach to and to transport protein. The mitochondrion, this is where aerobic respiration takes place. And last but not least, in the plant cell, chloroplast is where photosynthesis takes place and where starch is stored. All right, boys and girls, I hope you learned something.